Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be switching topics to mental health and I hope you guys find some value. So yes, as the title says, I'm an anxious mess. I'm a very high functioning person with GAD and it's something I struggled with my entire life. And the interesting thing about anxiety is it's all motivated by fear. It's a fear of death. It's a fear of losing your job. It's a fear of losing your friends. It's a fear of everything. I feel like I do a lot of things to try to conquer it, in the sense that I am afraid of losing. But it's the funniest thing is death is something that's promised in this life, and it's not something that won't happen to me. It's the only thing guaranteed in life. It makes life really difficult because you're trying to enjoy life and you should be happy, but then anxiety creeps in. It's like the fear of impending doom. It's one of the worst feelings in the world. You're out with your friends, and I can attest to this. I'll be out with my friends having the best time of my life, and I should be happy. I should. For some reason, my brain finds an excuse to be sad or, oh, we should do this because if you don't do this, you're going to die or something bad's going to happen. And I feel like everything I'm doing is running away from fear. And it sucks, right? It's something that I've struggled with, and I don't have an answer to it. I feel like most of the days I'm running around with my head cut off, and it's like, I'm going to die. It's like the worst feeling in the world. And while I've tried medication and stuff, it really hasn't worked for me. Things that have worked for me is cognitive behavioral therapy, yoga, meditation, and just kind of accepting it and realize, yeah, I'm a total anxious mess most of the time. But the most important thing is it's allowed me to live a very successful life because it forced me to do things that I normally wouldn't, because if I didn't do it, my brain somehow convinced me that if I don't do this, a bad outcome will occur. So therefore, I always got high grades. I was always ambitious in my career endeavors, and I'm thankful for Hadley, for my fiance. It's allowed me to do great things, but I'm finally in a position in my life where things are stable. And I have to trace the root of anxiety of why I am the way I am. I think it kind of came down to the idea of a troubled upbringing. What happened was I experienced anxiety in my early childhood, and I felt like this got reinforced over and over again because life was scary back in the day. Look, I grew up homeless for a while, and then eventually moved to Section 8. Everything was unknown. The next day wasn't guaranteed. My next meal wasn't guaranteed. Right? It was stuff like that. So, of course, being anxious is a natural response of being like, holy crap, yeah, if I'm not in high alert 24/7, it is a life or death situation. And if I don't get good grades, if I don't do well in school, I won't get a scholarship, I won't go to college, and therefore this perpetual cycle of poverty will continue. And completely makes sense in that context. But I have to acknowledge that I'm no longer in that position. Thankfully, through the grace of God, I'm in a position of stability, and I can actually enjoy my life and just take a step back and breathe and realize the paradigms in which I used to operate in are no longer useful. Being an anxious mess about everything and trying to control everything because if I don't, I won't get my next meal is no longer relevant. I can actually afford to make mistakes. And I feel like that comes back to my past was every mistake was dire. If you broke something, if you ruined your shoes, if you had a hole in your backpack, if you didn't show up to school on time, you would miss your meal. And things wouldn't get replaced because of poverty, right? We're very poor. But now I'm in a position where I'm like, yeah, if I accidentally drop my phone, I can get it repaired. Oh, if I have an unexpected dental bill or health bill, I can afford it, thankfully. I feel like these are things I have to continue to remind myself. And the thing is, look, I struggle with anxiety day in and day out. I've gone through bouts of depressive episodes. It sucks. And obviously, while some people have it worse, it's real. But I also want to say that I do live a successful life despite all this. And that's one of the greatest things that I've learned was you can have a great life. You have great friends that are supportive. You have a great lover who supports you, as well as go for your career ambitions to pursue your passions and realize that, yeah, like anxiety is present. It holds you back some days. Some days are worse than others, of course, but you're still able to do it. And I would say that just because they're successful doesn't make the feelings invalid. I now have to prove and teach myself every single day that everything's going to be okay. I've gone this far in my life, I'll be able to continue. And maybe I'm making this video for myself, but I hope you guys find some value. It's hard, right? It's hard. Like some days it's a lot worse than others where you're like questioning everything of like, why did I do this? And you have like the pressure on your shoulders and you feel like you're going to break. But you know, in those moments, I always take a step back eventually, not immediately. And I realize everything's going to be okay. And if something breaks, I lose my job, I die, I get injured, it's out of my control. And that's a scary thought, is a lot of things aren't in your control. Some things simply happen. I love to believe that everything happens for a reason, and that allows me to live my life. But if that doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But that gives me peace of mind. It gives me understanding. It allows me to understand that things are out of my hand, right? I'm just going through this life. I'm on this planet called Earth. spinning around, and we all have these like bullshit jobs and bullshit things we have to do to survive. At the end of the day, nothing really actually matters. I feel like that gives me peace of mind, is knowing that whatever you do in life, you make mistakes, they'll all be gone, right? So you might as well do the things you actually enjoy, be who you want to be, not care about what other people think. And of course, I do care about what other people think. We all do. But it's something that I'm working on. But I want to be real with you and be like, I don't have anything figured out, okay? I think the best thing is I don't have really anything figured out. I'm 25 years old. I'm still super young, but I'm thankful for the life I have and the things I've accomplished. And I have so much to learn. And I'm excited for those opportunities. I'm excited to get old because it feels like I'm going to have more wisdom. I'm going to have a better understanding of life, and things aren't permanent. And allow me to enjoy things a little more. Look, I'm not an expert on these topics of mental health or even dating or whatever. I'm just sharing my perspective, and I just genuinely hope you guys are able to relate. So yes, I'm real. I'm a human being. I deal with daily stressors like being late, fear of what my boss thinks, stuff like that. And I'm not going to act like my life is beautiful because it's great, but it's not always like that. And I feel like due to social media, we all think that life has to be consistently great and there's no downs. But my daily life is kind of boring. I go to work, I go to the gym, I go to yoga, hang out with my friends, and I hang out with my friends on the weekend, and I do bedroom talks on the side. But it's not like I'm on yachts 24/7. It's not like I'm making a lot of money from this YouTube channel, right? This is something I enjoy doing, but I'm thankful for everything I have. And that's the thing that truly helped me get through everything. Is it's really hard for me to be grateful sometimes, and I struggle with it. But when I'm able to apply practices and actually sit there at least for 5 minutes, be like, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my mom. I'm thankful for this job. Things do get lighter. It doesn't mean that even though you're grateful for everything, that you don't have feelings of animosity, resentment, disdain for idiots of the world, right? It doesn't necessarily remove it, but it does make it a little better. And it puts things in perspective, like things could always be worse. That's the truth. If I look back at my life and the things I've had to endure, I'm like, wow, this is so much better. This is everything I prayed for. And that gives me perspective to be like, it makes sense when I'm anxious. I realize it's no longer beneficial to who I am and something that I will have to let go one day. But in the meantime, I'm an anxious mess. I'm struggling day in, day out with it, but here we are. I put one foot in front of the other, and I still live a great life. I don't know the point of this video, but I thought it'd be a cool topic and switch things up. So if you guys want to find further information about this, please check out my website, bedroom-talks.com. It's in the description below. I put a ton of resources and started my own blog, and I hope you guys find some value. I look forward to connecting. As always, I wish you the best. Peace out. Namaste.